Hello, students. So I'm going to briefly discuss the project that I am giving to my online learners that will run from now until um, the end of, let's see, Friday, December 11th, which means that a couple assignments, a few ed puzzles will be due this Sunday, and then a couple of assignments will be due next Sunday. So I'd love for you to go with me on your screen if you'd like to follow along. We are going to be opening up a folder that's called Holiday Projects, December 3rd to December 11th. When you get there, the first thing that I want you to do is to open up a sheet that's going to tell you about the entire project. This is a small project, but it is going to take you 3 block periods. So I wanted to lay it all out for you right up front. So it says read first winter holidays around the world. When you open that, you'll be right here. And I'm going to go over your assignment. So we're going to get into a little bit of international cuisine, looking at how other cultures celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, and even Kwanzaa in the United States and Canada. So here we go. Let's have a look. The first day, that's today, you are going to be watching 3 ed puzzles. The ed puzzles are short. Uh, they are about a variety of things. One is about Christmas dishes around the world to educate you about what other people eat to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. There is one where we will watch someone make a dish that's very special at Hanukkah. And there is one where we will learn about Kwanzaa and also about a little bit of the food that goes along with Kwanzaa. After that, you'll begin doing a little bit of research. On block 2, day 2 of this project, which will be Monday or Tuesday of next week, you guys will be creating a short slideshow to show some information, learn some information, and share some information about a country and how they celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any other, winter holiday. So you'll choose any country you'd like. It just can't be the United States. I want you to get out of the US. But you can stay local if you wanted to choose something like Mexico, Puerto Rico, Canada, or you can go as far afield as you wish. I've got a couple of links here that you can click on to get a little information about how Christmas and Hanukkah are celebrated in different countries. That would be a good starting point for you. But do a little digging today, get set on your country, do some reading, maybe watch a couple videos, and just learn more about another culture's holiday traditions. On day 2, which will be Monday or Tuesday of next week, you're going to create a short slideshow. It is short, but I do want you to do a really nice job and give me some great information. I've got laid out here for you what I want on each slide. So let's go through it. Slide number 1, this is going to be your title page. I'd like you to have the name of your country. Let's say you choose France. So France, I'd like you to have a photo of your country that either shows off something where we can tell it's a holiday or we can tell it's at least wintry. And then I'd like to see your name underneath that. Now, let me stop and say this. If you choose Argentina or you choose Australia, anything in the southern hemisphere, Christmas is celebrated during their summer. Remember that our seasons are reversed. So if you decided to do Christmas in Australia, don't show me a picture of a city covered in snow because that would not be accurate. All right, slide number 2. You're going to title the slide Christmas in France or Hanukkah in Poland, like whatever country you've chosen, and include the following information. I want you to describe a couple of customs. So this is not really food related. A couple of customs that you have found in this country. I gave you a few examples. In Sweden, for example, about a week and a half before Christmas, they have a special day called St. Lucia Day. And people dress up. There's a lot of pageantry related to it. It's a beautiful day. You might tell me all about that celebration. In the United Kingdom, the UK, when they set the Christmas table, they put these little kind of cardboard tubes that are decorated with tissue paper on each plate. And then they pop, you just kind of pull it with your hands. It's called a Christmas cracker. And inside is a paper crown. And then, people will wear the paper crown on their head on Christmas. So just a fun custom or tradition from your country is what I'm looking for. Of course, I'd want you to include a photo and tell me as much as you can on that slide. Because this will not be an oral presentation, I would love a lot of information on your slide. And I want to remind you right now, don't copy and paste. All right, slide number 3 is going to be about Christmas food customs, Hanukkah food customs. If you chose Canada, you might even focus on Kwanzaa food customs. What I'd like you to do is describe the traditional foods served in that country for the particular holiday. I'd like you to have a minimum of 3 foods. Please name the foods and describe them. So if we were back in France, like I mentioned before, the bûche de Noël, right? So this like Yule log. It's a chocolate cake. It's rolled up. It's decorated to look like a log. You can make use meringue to make little shapes like a mushroom and decorate your log. Okay, so something like that. But tell me 3 of them and include a photo for each one. And then slide 4, this is the only place where it will be okay for you to copy something word for word. Slide 4, I'd like you to post a recipe from your country. So if I was in, I'm trying to think, let's say I was in Italy and the Feast of Seven Fishes is celebrated on Christmas Eve. Maybe I found a seafood dish that was commonly served. I would take that and format it onto the slide. Now, it might be a long recipe. You may have to make it fit on 2 slides. That's okay. But what I want is the recipe title. I want you to actually format the ingredients and directions onto the slide, and I'd like you to have a photo of the dish. I would also like it very much, and I'll put this in the requirements, I want you guys to have a source on that one. I want to know exactly where you got your recipe from. Okay, so that's the second block. There's a lot of talking, but it's not that much when you guys actually, sit down and get to working. You can accomplish that in 90 minutes easily. All right, and then the third day, the final day of the project, will be either Thursday, December 10th, or Friday, December 11th, or a week from today. So this is the hands-on component of the project. At this point, you've watched a couple videos, you've learned a few things about different cultures and different holidays. You have done a little specific research on one country. What I'd like you to do now is to make something. Both of the choices you have are culinary focused, and you can do one of 2 things. Number 1, you can make a dish from your country. So if you wanted to actually try something, you wanted to try to make clam linguine, or you wanted to try to make a special cookie that they eat in Switzerland. Whatever you wanted, you could absolutely do that. This might take some advanced planning, and you may need to consult with me. Like you may need to get a little bit of help in planning that particular food. So I'm more than happy to discuss it with you. But I would want you to try something, create a lab, do the best you can with the ingredients that are accessible to you, and then you would do a lab report and a couple photos. One photo should be of you, and the other photo should be the finished product of the dish. Okay. If you don't want to cook, or it's just not convenient this week to try your hand at cooking something, my second option will be for you to draw a traditional dinner plate from one of the 3 holidays that you learned about on the first day, Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. So you're going to grab yourself a piece of paper. Hopefully you've got some paper hanging around, white paper, construction paper, what have you. I want you to draw a large plate on your paper, and then I want you to draw at least 4 foods that you would commonly find at a Hanukkah feast or at a Christmas dinner. This could be from your country, or it could be a little more generic, like even just in America, what might you find at a table for Hanukkah? So you're going to draw at least 4 foods. I would love for you to color them if it's at all possible. If you have any colors, please use them. Excuse me. And then I want you to label each food so I can tell that this is the latke. This is brisket, whatever the item may be. And then lastly, somewhere on your page, really large, please label Christmas in Mexico, Kwanzaa feast, Hanukkah meal, something where it's really clear what we're looking at and who would be eating this food, what culture or what religion or faith or a person who's celebrating what holiday would eat that particular food. Okay, so two options: make something, draw something. I'll show you back on Schoology. On day one, when you click there, I'm just about to post your Edpuzzles. This is where you'll find the Edpuzzles. So you'll complete those and they'll count as learning opportunities. Under day two, when you open that, you'll see a place to turn in your slideshow. Okay, so turn your slides in there as you get them finished. And then the last one is a place to turn in either your lab report and photos or to turn in a very clear photo of your drawing. Okay, so if you recall, I do allow you to turn things in by Sunday night of each week. So that first assignment, those Edpuzzles, will be accepted through Sunday night of this week. And then those last two assignments will be accepted through Sunday night, December 13th. If you need a little time, like let's say you want to do a lab and you need an extra day or two, as long as you communicate, I can be flexible, but you got to let me know. So please do let me know if you have any questions or any needs with your project. All right, can't wait to see what you come up with, and I'll see you soon.